Hi everyone, this is Bruno Falcone. Today I'm here with Zac from Jetpack, and I am very excited about today's meeting because it came out of a phone call. What happened?
Indeed.
You called me.
I recently moved back to Australia,
Yeah.
and have always come to you for suits. And I thought it's been too long since we've caught up. So,
But we're friends. We honestly,
friends before suits,
that's
before
right.
business, absolutely.
Before business and so it's definitely friends. And I was like, I think many people that know me personally, they know that I'm not good with the phone. Like I don't pick up calls. I take ages to answer, but literally 2 rings. And I was like, yep, Zac, how's it going, my man? And then, so you're back in Brisbane, and I'm just very excited because whenever I feel like out of experience, whenever people are serious in business, whenever people, they know what they're doing, things happen fast, right? So like, I think even like, I mean, this meeting happened within like a couple of days, like, it was like, yeah,
Within 24 hours,
that's right. It's like, I'm available at this time, it just happened that I do have a spot. Do you want to come in? You're like, yeah, no worries. Like, I do have time and I will make it happen. So I think, and for you, I think there's probably one part of the story that I would like to say almost straight away that you made it happen. And for me, like from my perspective, it was Dubai. So like you, one day you just like came in and you're like, I gotta make this happen. I have to go to Dubai. I have to make, this is like what I need to do for the business. Can you tell me just like how that came about, how fast it was? Because it was really fast, like within months, you were in Dubai. And how did that part of the adventure go?
So it actually stemmed from years ago. I was up and over in Abu Dhabi doing some work with Etihad, and always loved the Middle East.
Yeah.
I originally planned just to visit there very often. However, I had a looking at residency and setting up a business to really give it a go, understanding the tax benefits and the network opportunities, as well as the different type of clientele and business there.
Yeah.
I actually had a business partner and friend that moved over a few months earlier, and I thought, I had a look at it all, made sense, and gave it a go, and decided to make the move, become a resident, set the business up, and live in Dubai for just over 2 years.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that
a very short time.
I mean, like a couple of years. Like it's things that a lot of people don't do out of fear.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's your stand in like in fear in business? I feel doing steps like these big steps.
It was an incredibly daunting experience. I'm very lucky to have very good contacts and legal that were able to assist with having everything set up and opening.
Yeah.
However, there are certain issues depending on certain companies with getting things open, with visas, salaries as well.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of daunting tasks, and especially moving from a country like Australia to the United Arab Emirates, massive culture shock, new friends, new relationships, no relationships.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting place in terms of dynamic of how people operate. And I was very happy that I did it when I did it, because it has changed quite a bit over time, but it's still an incredible place for business and for personal as well, for people saving money, for investments as well, for property. It's one of the best places in the world for property investing. And
is it?
It is indeed.
Right.
Your ROI is the highest in the world. And for development as well, there are phenomenal opportunities. So it is a fantastic place for a lot of people. For us personally, being in aviation, it is quite a difficult country to operate in, and very expensive to do so, as it's related to trade licensing.
Okay.
And because of how we operate in aviation, there's certain licenses that you have for certain different things that you're operating.
Yeah.
And the end cost to basically have the business open was costing us more at one point just keep it alive. And we thought, this is just ridiculous. So we looked elsewhere, and luckily had some other businesses that we've been a part of and startups as well. Had a look at the United States as a backup option, decided against that, and have moved back to Australia.
Yeah.
So we still have quite a few things set up in the Middle East for business and personal. However, mainly still in Australia. So the business is all still registered in Australia. We also have a US entity as well.
Yeah.
But the United Emirates, we don't operate out of, but we do have flights constantly in and out of the country.
In and out. And so before you were going there, like, are these like almost like hidden like licenses or hidden things that you don't know until when you're there, or?
Exactly right. You've absolutely nailed it. So the thing about Dubai is it's an amazing place to set up. And a lot of the time you'll see one cost and it's, you know, generally a little bit more than that. And sometimes you'll have to pay people for certain things that you're not sure where it's going to for the government. So that's where we're running into a lot of problems. So to set certain things up, it is quite difficult. But if you're in consulting, media, real estate, it's quite an easy process to do. And I know a couple of people that have set it up within a month, a couple of weeks. It's very much depending on your circumstances, both personal and business.
How do you think I will do with suits?
Phenomenally. The linen population, I guess, in the Middle East is massive. Obviously, having very high temperatures. People love linen. People love Loro Piana. And people love to dress well. So you've got a lot of European influence, especially in Dubai. And
there's a few tailors that I know personally that I follow that they do travel regularly to Dubai or Abu Dhabi. But I have to say, like, this is Dubai, Abu Dhabi is one of those places that I still haven't tested myself, like personally. I've been all around the world, like we've done Canada, like the United States, we've done both LA and New York. But yeah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi has always been in the back of my mind. But I feel like even out of your experiences, like it's about almost like who you know,
absolutely,
and who's going to introduce you to the right people. So I feel like that's what, and you know, it's probably like a personal, like a mindset limitation that I feel like I need to find somebody that needs to introduce me. But one day I'm just going to have to jump in the pool.
Absolutely. You got to give it a go. I mean, that was our decision. I spoke to the partners about it, spoke to everyone in the company and said, we want to set up in UAE. Going to try operate out of the UAE, still having all the operations in Australia, just trying to...
It was a calculated risk.
Exactly right. And I'm glad we did it. We learned a lot of lessons, had a lot of fun over there, had some new ventures and different opportunities that we were able to be a part of, which are really, really fun. However...
But you know what I like about you, and this is something that I liked, like from literally the very start, whenever we met for the first time, is that you weren't afraid to try something new. Never. So ever since I met you, you're always constantly trying things and figuring out, like, you know, does it work, does it not work, and you know, and that's why you had so much success in, like, ever since I met you. But I think the hidden thing that nobody knows is how many times you might have failed. Right? How many times, like, it would have gone wrong or sideways or whatever. But then the times that go right, you just like exploded, like excelled at it. And it's like, and this is a very good for, you know, for like the audience, for the people that are listening to this, to put in perspective. How old are you now? 25. So, you know, Zac is only 25. You started your journey when you were 15.
15, yeah.
You know what I mean? 15. So we're talking 10 years in the making. Whenever, even myself, I feel like I'm 10 years in the making, but I'm 40. So you're literally 15 years younger than me, and you've done as much and more.
No, I never look at it that way.
No, but I mean, like, I see it in a positive way, that you've done so much because you were never afraid to try something. So where does this mindset comes from? Because I'm not sure, does it come from family? Does it come from the people that you had around you? Does it come from mentors? Those are the three places where I can think of, but you tell me.
There's quite a few different aspects to it. One is following my passion. So all I know is aviation.
Yep.
Been around aircraft since 2 years old. So I took my first flight when I was 2 to Emerald.
Yep.
From that moment on, was just infatuated with every aspect and different part of aviation.
Yep.
The airport, the smell, the announcements, absolutely every aspect. I'm a aviation aircraft fanatic. I started taking photos of aircraft at the airport as a hobby. Fast tracked a couple of months and was selling them to journalists. Started a website and was able to turn that into a business.
This is you 15, yeah?
15, while I was still at school. Much
Crazy.
to the dismay of my teachers and principals at the school, I was missing days to go out to the airport to take photos.
Wow.
And that blog did quite well for quite a few years. Unfortunately, ran into a couple of issues down the track.
You're also writing though at the same time, right? You're writing articles.
Yep.
So that was your blog?
Yeah, so I had a travel blog called Points from the Pacific.
Yep.
And it would focus on basically airline reviews, lounge reviews, credit card points, teaching people how to use points, and any other news basically within the industry. And it was all based just on passion.
That's
and
right.
I had just a lot of fun talking about it, writing about it. I'm not a good writer, and I'm the first one to say that. And the comments on the website
Really?
show that. And years ago, it used to affect me heavily. But now I look at it, I laugh. I don't care. It's nothing. It actually drives me to continue working harder and succeeding more. Unfortunately, when COVID happened, that put a big impact on that business.
Yeah.
And so we basically cut that. And I thought, all right.
The traveling.
The travel website.
Mm-hmm.
So in the background, I'd actually started jetpax. Had built a website, some business cards, registered the ABN, but basically just left it dormant. Just had it as an idea and passion to eventually get into it, because I didn't know anything about private aviation, but I had that luxury aviation experience from the travel writing.
Of course.
COVID.
So to put in perspective, like, yes, you were traveling, but you were kind of like reviewing like first class, business, and all of those travels, and a lot of the times to the States or to Middle East and Europe. Yeah. So those are the longer. It was the longer travels, right?
Absolutely. So I was very fortunate to work with quite a few airlines on a very close basis. Giving them feedback and basically information as to where they can improve on certain aspects. But it was a phenomenal.
How did that came about? So you were 15, 16, 17. Mm-hmm. How would the airlines talk to you directly? Like, did you initiate the conversation, or?
A lot of the time I would just be signed up to their PR emailing lists. Okay. And then as they would see posts starting to grow and the community started to grow, and then obviously the website started to grow quite quickly and it'd start showing up quite well on SEO on Google, I started being contacted by PR agencies and the airlines directly.
Wow.
So that's how I was always being invited to events and got the opportunity to meet quite a few airline CEOs and executives. And that was really quite a pivotal moment for me. Seeing these type of people in that level at my age, I've never been around that.
Was that when we met?
Yeah.
Probably around the time that we met?
Yep. I would have been about 30 kilos heavier.
You're teenagers, or you were like a little bit rounder.
That was all the food on board that I had.
Yeah, that's it. But very much. What I hear here, like, one of the things that, as you're talking about the story, that I want to point out, you really started with passion. Mm-hmm. You had your initiative. You started doing things on your own. The photos, the blog, like everybody always falls in love with what came afterwards. Mm-hmm. Like whenever you were 17 and the PR, and you're going to the unveiling of new airplanes and things like that. But there was a lot of work leading up to it. And I think it's important to show that you came from passion, you came from doing a lot for free. Like, you're just like writing the blogs, writing the reviews, doing the photos. So it's important to understand, because I feel like these days there's a lot of I'm doing this and you need to give me something for me to do something.
Yep.
Versus like, you are so successful right now, but because you did put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. So fast forward to when we met, and that was I was working in a luxury menswear store, and I still remember you came in with like 3 Tom Ford suits they got in New York.
Shout out
So
to
imagine-
Nikolai.
Yeah, shout out to Nikolai in New York for the Tom Ford store. And I still remember, because it's like, this kid, 17 years old, is like, how, what are you doing? And then I was the one that we grew a relationship with, like, while I was there, because I guess like from day one, I was so curious. I was asking you all of these questions, right?
Absolutely.
And then you were working with the directly with the PR companies. COVID came about, and also jetpacks start like in the background dormant.
Yeah.
So then what was jetpacks about then?
So basically, jetpacks for me was, I was really, in all honesty, tired of the media aspect. I hated being in front of a camera. I hated doing the articles, only because of what would come from that at being 16, 17. Obviously, a lot of tall poppy syndrome, a lot of negativity, death threats.
Wow.
A lot of things that were pretty difficult to deal with at that age.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had some issues, dealing with that. But I decided that I would focus on jetpacks, and I wanted to learn the more business side of the industry, in terms of talking to clients, networking with clients, because the travel website, it was very much B2C, whereas this one is a lot more B2B and B2C. So I wanted to meet with people. I love networking and love aviation. So for me, it was learning all about private aviation as much as I can, growing a network. We're very lucky to have a very good database through the travel website and clientele that do fall into that realm of flying private.
Yeah.
And also just going and shaking hands, networking through LinkedIn, connecting with people on Instagram. And a lot of the times, most of our business, I would say now, 90% is referral.
Wow.
And pre-vetted as well, which makes it so much easier for us, because we already know what to expect from the client, how they're going to be as a client.
Yeah.
And generally, they are the best clients.
Yeah.
The ones that we deal with on a more regular basis, and they are very successful, are the easiest to work with.
Of course.
And most simple.
Yeah. Well, again, what I'm hearing here is, if you look at it from a eagle eyes view, you had some talent. So like you had your own talent about building a relationship and rapport. Like that was one of your superpower skills, right? So you had the talent, and then you recognized in yourself what you needed to work on.
Yep.
So you recognized your shortcoming. I need to learn more about aviation. I need to learn more about the business side of it. How does it work? How does it run? How do you make profits? Anything and everything. Mm-hmm. So you basically started with a talent and your shortcoming. You work on the shortcoming, and now you're here, years later. But, this is incredible from a business perspective. And the fact that you so early in your professional life, you understood that you needed to learn something else to get to your next level, that you didn't think that your relationships alone was going to take you where you needed to be. And then the other thing that you just talked about, it was about the networking, LinkedIn, Instagram, I imagine Facebook as well, like, using your social media to your advantage, connecting with people, messaging and everything. So that was like a direct outreach. And again, at that stage, I'm sure, because you were already successful, I'm sure that you could have, be a little bit lazier and say, I'm gonna pay a BDM, or I'm gonna pay somebody to do it because I don't want to learn it. I don't want to, because it's uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Wasn't that uncomfortable?
Yes.
To reach out to all of these people,
Absolutely. It's an extremely daunting task.
Incredibly uncomfortable, but you did it.
Absolutely. And even now, I feel like those type of moments, putting yourself in the most difficult, stressful, hard times, is what's needed to succeed.
Yeah.
I've had many personal issues in my life with relationships, various health problems, all of these things, but I feel like if that hadn't happened, it wouldn't continue to keep me driving to keep this business alive and growing.
Yeah.
It's passion, having the right network around has been absolutely incredibly.
I never heard you speaking negatively about, what happened to you, right? Because, you told me a little bit about it, but, you never really, it was never a complaint. Like, it was something like, this happened to me and this, and I'm just going to overcome it. I'm just going to push through and, this is about, such strong values inside of you, right? But this is something to say that for whoever out there that sees like your success and how well, how professionally and how well you're doing, it is to understand again, like it doesn't mean successful doesn't equal that you have no problems. I think it equals that you grow like a much thicker skin with problems, and you're a little bit more skilled on finding solutions.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing I feel, as obviously maturing and growing with age, starting to read people was a massive thing for me. Seeing through bullshit, which is it's a pretty big skill to have, and it can be difficult because there are a lot of people that will waste time.
Yeah.
Seeing who is your real friends and your friends that are considered acquaintances, that can be detrimental to your future success, your current success, absolutely everything in decision making as well. Peer pressure can be a big thing. So having a friend group, a mentor, a network that has your best interests at heart is always essential.
Yeah.
And I feel like without, my family, mentor, network, and friends and family, I would consider my friends as family as well, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And I feel like I still have so much to improve on myself. I'm not where I want to be completely in personal development. Business as well, obviously being perfectionists, we like to make sure everything's growing and being perfect. But that's always what we aim for, is to try and be at the top.
I think if you ask a successful person if the business is great, they'll tell you, no, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's true.
Yeah.
Like that is what it's almost like a cool thing that I've noticed that happens literally. Elite success, you will never find a director, a CEO that's like, yeah, we're doing great. This is exactly where we want to be. Absolutely. It's always like a million things that you're like, this should be so much better. What's happening?
That's exactly right. I mean, I'm constantly going through our CRM, talking to our marketing team, legal, accounting.
Yeah.
This. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to a jetpacks, especially being anything I put my name on or associate with in terms of business, partnerships, relationships, I want it to be at a certain level. Yeah. And that's just because of the industry, and we have to hold a certain standard. I mean, the clientele that we're traveling around are very well off and very successful in every endeavor that they do. Privacy for us is absolutely massive, and a big thing that we focus on for our clients.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the industry, the private aviation has been a little bit split. People not quite understanding that there's a lot more confidentiality required and privacy.
Yeah.
But that's where we try and differentiate ourselves. So
very cool.
We work very closely with our clients. We're not about promoting them. We don't want their travel known. We don't post anytime they're traveling whatsoever.
I see.
Any empty leg or positioning flight that we post, we use stock standard photos of our own that we will create or purchase, and that's to protect the owner. Yeah. So We very much look after the owners themselves. We work very closely with the operators that we have a lot of respect for, and our clientele we consider our family.
Yeah. So for somebody that knows nothing about like private aviation, how would you describe like your services on what you do, right? Because it sometimes sounds confusing, but
Absolutely.
what it is, right? I'll let you say it, like, you know, because I think there's a couple of things that you do, but like you go for it, man.
So the main structure of the business is a private aviation brokerage. So our specialty is charter. So charter flying is basically you tell us where you want to go, how many people, what times, where, and we'll provide you with an aircraft and multiple options depending on budget, how many passengers are on board, how much baggage is on board, which is one that a lot of people miss because they think they can just bring on more baggage than what the aircraft can actually carry. We've had we have all different funny requests, often every day in terms of a good laugh.
Every day there's different requests.
But in saying that, generally things are very, very smooth for charter. We want to make sure that the clients are comfortable. In terms of what we look after the most and is most important for us is safety.
Okay.
Safety is everything in aviation. If there's no safety,
of course,
things happen. And this year, unfortunately, it's been a pretty bad year for the industry already.
It has.
It has indeed. Around the world too.
Do you know something like as a like insider, like you know what, like why, what's happening all around the world?
I've been told information, but I don't want to.
No, we can't say it. We can't say exactly what it is. But it's something around the safety, I imagine.
Yeah,
like checks or.
I have been shown some numbers to do with neurology for pilots, and issues pertaining to the brain rising in the 4-digit percentage.
Wow!
Over the past 5 years. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it.
But as again, charter for us, we just basically want to make sure that our clients are arriving safe, on schedule, and in comfort. So basically, they'll come to us with a request.
And with privacy.
Absolutely. With discretion, privacy, and confidentiality.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be seen at any point in your travel, we will make that happen.
No problem.
We have V classes.
And you did. And you did many times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have, in a week or two, I'm still trying to confirm the exact timeline, we'll be offering our own V classes. So fully VIP configured vehicles for our passengers.
Yeah.
Fully limousine, blacked out, so they can leave their house, arrive at the airport, arrive straight to the aircraft door, and complete an utter privacy. And for a lot of clients, that's what they're after.
Yeah.
Most won't want it. However, some that are looking at doing a business acquisition, some that are looking at developing properties and they don't want their competitors to see, celebrities, delegates, high-level people in different NASDAQ companies, the ASX, a lot of those people don't want to be seen whatsoever. Yeah. So confidentiality, privacy is a big one.
Yeah, that's great.
And we also focus a lot on that on the back end as well. So a lot of people focus on the front end side, which people see. There's a lot that goes into the back end too about keeping details private.
Yeah.
We're not big on social media.
Yep.
We will do, posts and things like that, but we're never going to reach out to competitors' clients. We're not in the business of doing that. All of our clients we will obtain ourselves and by campaigns, referrals, and networking.
Yeah. I feel like what it sounds like, again, doing business the right way for the long haul.
Yes.
It is with good value, with strong values. Yeah. And I think that's probably like what a lot of your clients, they see as such a great thing, the values that you have and the service that you deliver. I think the one thing that brought us together, it was, that world of luxury. And both of us were kind of like using it at first. So like, with your Tom Ford suits and, and Lord Piana and this and that, like, you in the first class or business class. So you experienced it, you were shaped by it, and then now you're delivering it. So I think it's very important to tell the fact that again, it's from passion, but it's from experience, and it's almost like you were changing and molding the industry in a way, leading the industry because you experienced it.
Yep.
And you say, I can, if I change 1, 2, 3, 10, 20 things,
Yep.
it's gonna elevate the whole experience to the next level. And then at the same time, I feel like, and that is, I think, something that we share in common, because I did as well, like working for the biggest brand in the world, like luxury brands. And I did the same. I said, like, this is incredible. I put all of the value in it. As like, yes, it is definitely worth it. We're talking, like in my specific case, we were talking about, $10,000 suits. And I'm like, yes, 100%, definitely worth it. And then I've done the same. It's almost like if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little tweaks, little changes, I wanna lead the industry. I wanna make it so it is more accessible, or I wanna make it so I wanna even push it even further. What else can I do than the big brands are not doing? So I think that's something that we might have in common in terms of the luxury experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I really do look back at the travel writing days as a massive help to what I do now. I mean, meeting those people, learning to network at 14, 15, 16.
That's right.
Being out at the airport, hanging around people that are double my age to take photos with. It threw me into, I guess, adulthood very quickly.
Yeah.
So learning how to talk. I was a smart ass when I was younger. I'm
Were you?
not gonna lie. I do apologize.
I never met you as a smart ass.
But I had a lot of maturing to do and a lot of growing up. And I am thankful for the travel writing days, because that made me, go, okay,
yeah,
you're the face of this. You have to be appropriate and do the things right in the right way. You can't be, can't make too many stupid comments and be young and dumb. And, there were times where I learned from that and things that I would have said in posts. And it's made me realize, now I can't say that now. Yeah. But I also think having that luxury experience is absolutely incredible, because doing private jet brokering and being in private aviation, there's no actual course or training for. So learning this, you have to do yourself or work for a big firm.
Yeah.
And I decided I'd much rather do it myself. I love starting business and love growing business. And I know it's a challenge, and that's what's going to make me keep going harder and harder and harder.
And I think, like literally what you just talked about, it was personal branding. Yeah. So not knowing what it was earlier, you made obviously like a few mistakes, but then you were in a world of business, highly professional business. For a lot of people, something that they would never experience. And for the people that do experience it, sometimes they don't understand the importance of personal branding, right? And I think that's the other thing that that made us close, is the fact that I helped you curate your image. So like you talked about knowing how to relate in PR and like public relation, to what to say, what not to say. And you talked about the fact that you were networking with this high level individuals. So then at the same time, you were young and you needed to curate your image. Is that one of the reasons why you talked about curating the outside as well, like your presence? Can you tell me from your perspective, what was the importance of presenting in a certain way?
Yeah, absolutely. So being that age in that industry, obviously everyone is double or sometimes triple your age, and very much you're in professional scenes where you'd have to dress appropriately. Being that age, t-shirt, shorts, thongs is pretty normal. A Qantas event, a Etihad Qatar event, anything like that, I quickly realized, I have to dress up well. I would go to the local shops, just buy, off the rack, have no idea about fitting or suiting.
Yeah.
Would look terrible at the event. And then I actually walked past one day, and that's how we met. And basically you introduced me to suiting, the confidence that comes along with the right clothing, how it fits, and the confidence that that portrays when you're talking and in business.
Yeah.
I absolutely love wearing suits. A lot of people disagree, but even in Australian heat, I will still wear the right suit.
Yeah.
And it really does. It does help. A lot of people say, "Oh, you know, you could don't judge a book by its cover," and I do agree 100%. But there are, however, certain circumstances where it is required.
Yeah.
And people are good at telling. They'll look at how well things are maintained on someone's face or nails, or how their shoes are. So it does have quite an impact, I feel like. And being in this space, I feel like I never want to be the face of Jetpax. Jetpax is its business.
For business, yeah.
But I just help the business, I guess, with the networking and basically I want to show a side, that very much relates to aviation. So I'm a big fan of cars, big fan of watches.
Yeah.
Massively into racing. So a lot of it all combines, and a lot of our clients are all in those industries as well. So there's a lot of similarities in that sense.
I think, in my experience, you have no idea with how many people, like both men and women, like they talk to me and they always discount the image. Always, I promise you. And this is like professional levels, right? These are some speakers on stage. These are some people that, they go to the events constantly. And I don't know, sometimes I find it difficult to explain to them the importance of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think today you said it indirectly, but the fact of you having all of your checkboxes ticked, I feel like that fueled the success, right? Because I think one of the things that I always say is that it's the people are looking for reasons not to do business with you, right?
Yes.
So like you mentioned, grooming.
Yep.
Like how does your skin looks like, your nails, like your hair, your facial hair, like this for men, but for women as well, like the makeup, the nails, like all the hair, like all of this, and sometimes like people that discount that part of it, that part of professional business, it, in my opinion, and it's a very strong take, but are people that have not yet experienced what it means to have people say yes to them.
Yes.
Constantly.
Absolutely.
Right?
I've experienced this recently with some friends of mine. They recently asked who I'd go to for a suit. Obviously recommended yourself.
Yeah.
They had never, ever put on a suit before.
Yeah.
And I said, have you tried, one off the rack? No. I said, would you consider having one like, custom fit, made to fit? And they said, yeah. And I said, I'll tell you one thing now. Once you put that suit on, it will feel like your armor, because the confidence that comes with that is incredible. People will treat you differently. People will look at you differently, not in a way of I'm better than anyone else. It's you can put yourself together, hold yourself to a high standard, and appreciate fashion.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate to have people like yourself that that can make that happen.
And like, this is something silly, but like, it's true. Like, people that just like talk to you in a different way.
Yep.
They address to you in a different way.
Yep.
It's always like, I think that the most powerful way to describe it is that people try to please you in a way.
Yes.
People, they are trying to get your approval.
Yes.
Did you notice that? So
Very
they are trying. So the game, for the average person is, I'm going to an event, I'm going to a business meeting, I'm going to a pitch, and I'm trying to get them to say yes, right?
Yeah.
But in that dynamic, you're asking.
Yep.
You're asking for something, and you hope that they say yes. And in doing that, it's almost like you're trying to gain the approval.
Absolutely.
Like the respect, the yes, right? And the dynamic of having a custom garment on, it literally flips on its head.
Yeah.
It's them wanting your approval.
Yes.
Did you experience that?
100%. And that's the one thing I've noticed too, with the client progression. A lot of the times with clients, when they're first coming into charter, oftentimes they'll start off with an empty leg, so a discounted positioning flight. It's basically an experience like a charter, just on a lighter version. So that same aircraft, they get to experience what it's like flying with crew. We have light catering. Jetpax itself will put extra things on for the clients. That transition is not too far from them going, okay, I never want to fly commercial again. And then they start looking at charter. And then it can be, one-offs. Then they look at multiple hours, programs, all the way up to ownership. And that progression is all it takes is just them having exposure to it.
We were just talking about the power of having a suit and kind of like present more than a suit. Like, it's not about the suit. It's about presenting it properly for whatever occasion. Because I know that, for example, you lived in Dubai, and for Dubai we use different fabrics, we use different looks as well, like broken suits and more casual. And then, Australia, again, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and really like all over the world. Like, for your traveling, you kind of like so perfect in terms of understanding that personal branding. What does that mean? What can you say? What can you do? And how to present yourself at your very best to get that feeling that people want to. Again, I didn't say please you. People want to gain your approval.
Yeah.
Right? So you lived in Dubai for 2 years, super hot.
Yeah.
And you still, right?
Absolutely.
50 degrees, like in the shade.
Yep.
And you still were presentable. So, I know how we did it, but like, how would you say to the person, like, I'm sweating, I'm always hot in a suit. Did we make it happen?
So obviously the first thing is always find the professional.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
And I am talking to the professional.
Fair enough.
Finding the right materials is massive. So depending on your climate, obviously the Middle East being a very hot climate, very breathable clothing. A lot of linen was used, a lot of very light, airy clothing for pants, even jackets. We're using Siyasaka linen, and even the t-shirts were also very breathable. I noticed that was a savior because I could see other people in Dubai in regular winter suits.
No way.
You could just see the sweat beating off them, and in that climate, it's hard.
So material, everything.
Material is massive.
Everything.
Absolutely.
The fabrics, and then you travel a lot. Obviously, you're on the plane constantly in a place where it's almost like the norm for people to be super casual, like to wear like a sweatpants and a hoodie or something. But you travel most times in a suit because we're done a custom and because it's comfortable, right? But so what would you say about that part of it? Like, what does it make a difference? Like,
I feel like it definitely does. I mean, a lot of the time if I'm traveling for work, I'm in a suit, usually with our ASIC, security ID. Every time with that, usually everything's fine. Staff will talk to you a lot more, knowing you work in aviation. It's great.
But you're also comfortable, right? Like, it's not a discomfort.
Oh, never. All the suits that I choose, I have slept in on long-haul flights.
That's crazy.
I'm a person that can get on a flight for 14 hours and I'll be asleep before we even take off. I consider it calming, being on a plane for me. And I will sleep better on an aircraft than I will at home.
Wow.
Which is crazy. But I always do love wearing suits traveling. The past couple months I was very casual, having a back injury. But now having my belly back into my suits,
Yeah.
fitting them properly again,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
a nice sign.
But I think that, like, I mean, on that note, I think the fact that you got all of your stuff, like your casual wear, your formal wear, tailored to your proper sizing, that makes all the difference. Because I think that's how you get comfortable. And a lot of people, they don't know that, you know, they'll be like, oh, I'll try off the rack, and it fits tight, fits like almost picture ready.
Yeah, it's 80%. I feel, yeah,
80%. And you're like, oh, you know, a lot of people that are just happy with that. But the secret, it is the tailoring. That's how you travel and you sleep on your suit. Like, that's the secret, really.
That's a testament to how comfortable they are.
And then the third thing that just to mention about is also the fact that, I guess, whenever you walk into a shop, a lot of the times, you know, you wouldn't necessarily deal with the owner or like the director of the company. So most times you will get like a treatment from a sales assistant that their job is to make sales. So their job is to like to get as much money from you as possible. And sometimes that can be a little deterrent. Like, you know, we obviously, we're not naming names, but then you had this experience when you walk into a shop and they know that you spend money before, and they, you know, they're like, okay, like, how much money can I get out of you?
Yes.
Versus dealing with a tailor where you can have that open conversation and you say, hey, listen, like, that's the type of use that I want out of it. That's the type of budget that I want to spend, and you can make it work. Is that how we work together, me and you?
Absolutely. I'll actually tell you a funny story that's very similar to that. The other day I was at a car dealership. One I have purchased a few cars through before. Through that direct dealership. I was dressed formally. I had just come from a meeting across the road. Very similar suit, actually. Was just interested in actually looking at a vehicle to use for the business. Not one person came out to even interact. You know, this is a company I've bought 4 vehicles through.
Okay.
For various things, for family, for business, for personal.
Yeah.
Not one associate would come and talk to me.
Right.
Walked out, went to, I wouldn't say their competitor, but their higher end brand.
Yeah.
Went in, within 2 minutes was speaking to an SA. The manager came over, introduced himself, had a chat for about half an hour. We spoke about different opportunities and things that we've got planned in the coming future.
There you go. That's so.
It's crazy.
That's how it works. Yeah. And I think it's important to have like that relationship with the main objective of the person that you need to speak to, that you want to speak to. It shouldn't be, I want to make like money out of you. It should be like, the main objective should be somebody that relates like you in the same values and say, I value this relationship. I value your happiness. Because, you know, literally for most businesses out there, like, if you make them happy, they will be your biggest supporter.
Exactly.
So the car dealership, they would have treated you in a different way. Right now, you'll be telling me, hey, like, whenever it's time for you to change, go over there. Right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think it's very important. Like, for me, that's one of my major values that I thought it was common. No joke. Like, literally, we had a moment talking to my CEO about this specific, like, caring about the successful, like, a successful delivery, meaning that the client that's trying on the suit, the jacket, whatever the garments, is actually over the moon and is like, yes, this is amazing. I can't believe it. Like, you know, you really shaping, you know, the judgment and the feeling about it.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was like common. Like, every business had that at its heart, but I don't think it is.
No.
I don't think like as a value. And I think this is another thing that we share. Like, you know, this kind of like, the success is not the sale. The success is them coming back, them be
Absolutely.
extremely satisfied, happy, everything went well. So in your specific case, that brings referrals, because that means that you're extremely good at what you do, but also you yourself have this value. Do you find it that makes you different from your competition?
Yeah, I find the way that we approach our clientele and even our leads is quite different. So at the end of the day, we're never going to force a sale on you. If you're coming to us, you're coming to us for a reason. You need an aircraft and you need a flight, or you need to buy an aircraft. So at the end of the day, realistically, we're giving these clientele the only asset that they can't buy, which is time. And that has allowed them enormous opportunities in their personal life, their business life, in every different aspect. And we've seen this in all different industries, that these machines, a lot of people would just think are used for, passenger flights. We do cargo flights. There's flights that are done with medical equipment, even transporting livers, kidneys, organs. Wow. So there's many aspects to the industry, and it's all very different. Every client's different, but I feel like at the end of the day, they know what they're after. As long as we're able to make sure that they're safe, on schedule, comfortable, and looked after in a way that, they feel very confident and they're happy, that makes us really happy.
Yeah.
And we have clients that we don't fly all the time. They could be just once a year, but I'll call them every now and then. I'll bring them out to track days. We'll go out for a cruise. So a lot of our clients have become, family and close friends, and that's very special to us. I feel we don't have to focus on the volume, getting 1,000 leads a day, because we're not going to put ourselves as a big firm and position ourselves that way. We are a turnkey provider. We are smaller, but what we do is focus on our clients. It's not about what we look as a brand, as a personal brand. It's all about how our clients are and how the travel is for them.
And how they feel afterwards.
How many more business deals they're able to get done. How much time they're able to save going to airports, being home to their family, and getting to events and, different things. We've had clients fly down to pick up a new car, to go to birthdays, all different types of events. So it's very varied.
And can I ask you, how, because it's super easy the way that you guys do it, but how would somebody start a process with you?
To book a charter? Basically, they would contact us either directly. So we have our phone number, email, and also form on the website.
Yep.
All our social medias as well, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Yep. And we have a team available ready to help and make sure that you're comfortable on board.
Oh, great. I love it.
So we're based in Australia.
Yes.
We have our main office in Sydney.
Yes.
We're currently moving to Toorak as well to open a second office.
Yep.
We still have an office in Dallas in the United States, but we operate globally. So have accessibility wherever you need at any time. And that can be passenger, cargo, aircraft acquisitions, even if you're in the process of wanting to look at acquiring, if you're looking at, chartering for business purposes or, for a tax write-off, we're more than happy to assist in any way.
Love it. And what I liked about it, and I think I am gonna steal that from you. the fact that how you describe it, you said you're giving back the only asset that cannot be purchased. Time.
Yep.
I'm gonna steal it.
And
can I steal it?
Absolutely, you can. Definitely not mine.
Because what I'm gonna say this. I'm coming up on the zone. I'm giving back. I'm giving back the best asset that my clients can buy, and it is yeses. Yep. It is people saying yes to them. That's what I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
Do you like it? I'm going to steal
it. and it really is the thing. I mean, the clientele that we deal with, they can buy anything they want. Realistically, most of them can buy anything they want.
Yeah.
But the one thing they can't buy is time.
Yeah.
Private jets are an amazing, amazing machine for time saving.
That's
great. To get to multiple states in one day, and then, you start in the morning, you're home having dinner with the family that afternoon. There's no other machine that can do that.
Yeah, That's amazing. That's amazing. Zac, I can't thank you enough for, you know, like the time that you're giving me.
No, it's,
I think it's been great to share a little bit of your story. I know that you don't want to be on the forefront of the company. You don't want to be that person, but it is very, I think, very inspiring. A lot of people that are gonna see this and gonna hear it, it's very inspiring to see that you're 25 now. You once were 15, you know, starting your journey and you know, really working to something that you were passionate about, and today it is the thing that make you the person that you are today, this extremely successful person that you are today. I literally have nothing but good things to say about you always, and I will always have good things to say about you. And I cannot wait to see what this next chapter is going to look like for you. And honestly, it's been incredible having you.
I heavily appreciate you having me here. It's been way too long to catch up.
Yeah, yeah. But these are the real relationship, yeah? Like, we don't need to, like, be, you know, having dinners and lunch all the time. It's literally, I didn't see you probably ever since you left. You were leaving for Dubai. Yeah. And this is a year and a half later. It was a phone call, and we're in the same place where we left. Thank you so much, my friend.
My pleasure.
And I can't wait to share your story.
Thank you so much, Bruno. I really appreciate it.